Best, but you're the worst. What the hell was we thinking? Compromise for no reason. Cause we ain't got in common. But why you gotta fight for nothing?
All right, you guys, if you saw this title, you know that this video is about email submissions. And if you'd like to be featured, you can send an email to definitelydealapodcast@gmail.com, and you can do it anonymously. You can say, hey, keep my name out of it, and I will do so, and I will read it and give you my advice. Sometimes on the segment we have good advice, sometimes we have bad advice. It really depends. Like, have I eaten that day? You know, am I taking my mood stabilizers? Like, there's so many factors that come into play. All right, let's get into our first email, okay? Maybe I should do this without a sip. Hi, Deela. I'm in a long-term relationship, and recently my partner and I have been disagreeing a lot on the small stuff. Okay, like how small? Like how to spend our weekends, on what to prioritize in our future. We both want to make it work, but these conflicts keep escalating. Any advice on how to find balance and communicate better? I'm not gonna lie, I thought my first email would be like, hey, what color should I wear on my date? Let's get rolling. Okay, so our friend here is saying pretty much what happens in any relationship. Once you get out of that honeymoon stage and that's behind you, that's when, you know, our representative that we first brought to the forefront is gone. Our representative is gone, okay? So now we're starting to show more of our quirks, our tolerance levels. Okay, so you said small stuff like how to spend your weekends. To me, that's small. It's like, hey, I want to go to Top Golf. I want to go downtown to, you know, a winery. I feel like that can be compromised. You can say, hey, this weekend we do Top Golf, and next weekend, you know, you can pick. Y'all can make it fun. You know, when you're in a relationship, the purpose of like outings and spending time is because you're spending time together. It's not so much like, oh, what are we doing? It's like, let's spend time together, enjoy each other's company. And we're all individuals. We are not going to like the same things. My husband has things that he loves. I have things that I love. And a lot of times they're not even anywhere in the same arena. So you literally could say, okay, this weekend you choose what you'd like to do, and then next weekend I'll choose what I like to do, and kind of play off back and forth. That way that person's learning what you like, you're exposing them to your likes, and vice versa, because that really shouldn't be the tug of war. That's more so like trivial pride and you know, sprinkled with some selfishness. That's really what it is. So as far as what to prioritize in your future, now that's big stuff, because a lot of times when we're in relationships, we skip that part because we're so smitten, we're so happy, you know, we're being physical, taking our pictures, we're just in it, and we don't really talk about, hey, when it comes to kids, what's your discipline style? What do you think is gonna be your discipline style? Or when it comes to, you know, getting the house together, like what are your perspectives on, you know, maintaining the household? Those are questions that we kind of skip over. And then when we get married or we get in long-term relationships, it's like, I never knew. We didn't ask. At that time, we didn't care. We just knew we was in love and like, or whatever. So you said we both want to make it work. And I believe you wholeheartedly. Number one, if you wrote this, obviously you have intentions on making it work with your partner. But I also know that wanting to make it work is never enough. It's not ever going to be enough. When you said these conflicts keep escalating, I don't want to take that lightly at all. But I also know that the word escalating is all perspective. I understand that that's a rise in, you know, the conflict or how y'all are responding to it. But if escalating is causing harm to you mentally, physically, emotionally, those are major things. So I don't want you to brush over that escalation. I see that you're seeking to find balance. So that means you really intentionally do want to make it better. As far as my advice on how you all could communicate better, it sounds so corny, and no matter what platform I'm on, when I'm being serious, better communication is going to always start with you. There's no way around it. If you kind of look at your communication style and okay, when I'm talking to him and I'm trying to make my point, how am I conveying my message? Am I have an attitude when I say it? Am I saying it aggressively? Am I being passive aggressive? Am I just assuming that he should know everything that I'm thinking or what I want? And so it really depends on how deep you really go with reflecting on your communication style and looking at yourself and really not just saying, oh, nothing's wrong with mine, kind of looking at it and how do I communicate? And if you start with the list saying, what are ways I could communicate better, then you can kind of pinpoint where you are struggling when it comes to communicating. And then once you do that, the easier part is when we're talking about someone and what they're not doing. So when you write his list, I'm sure it'll fly off the handle. You'll be able to, write that list, write his communication style, write what it is about his communication that you do not appreciate, that makes you feel either, negatively insecure. Once you look at those two lists, you need to make up your mind, okay, I see what I can work on. Do I want to work on it actively? Like actually do it, not just, oh, I wrote it down. It is what it is. Do you want to actively work on it? If the answer is yes, which I feel your answer will be yes, that's when I believe you should talk to him and say, hey, I really want to talk to you just about our communication style. Because if you target your communication style, I promise you, you will, one, understand that it really isn't the topics that are the problem that you're having, conflict with. It's really the communication and how you guys are coming together to talk about it. That's what's blowing it out of proportion. So that will take care of that. And then B, you'll know if he's like, there's nothing wrong with mine, and he refuses to do that, that checklist for himself, and he just says, it's you, it's you, it's you, then you realize you have a partner that's really not trying to make as much effort than you. You have a partner that's not trying to make as much effort as you are. And then honestly, that's when you got to kind of make a decision. Like, and I'm not always going to be like, break up, stay together. Because one thing I know, can't nobody tell you to break up with your man. Because who's going to tell me? Only person who can tell me to break up with my man is me. Okay? So I don't expect anybody to be like, yeah, I'm leaving him. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it'll let you know if this is something that you guys can actually use as like a foundation to build on, or if you're going to be having this issue month after month, year after year, and signing up for this for the rest of y'all's relationship. That's my advice. I hope I helped. If I didn't, sorry, girl, but thank you. Okay, good. All right. I really hope that works out for them, because from experience, ain't nothing gonna grind my gears when me and my partner, me and my husband, we just not on that same way of communicating. It really affects a lot of things. So what wishes to her? So if you like this segment and you're interested in it, also like in the comments, let me know what you think about it. Like, do you think that my advice to her was good, or what advice would you give her? Because I'm sure if anybody's writing me and they're waiting for a response, they'll be reading the comments. So tell me what you think as well. And also like and subscribe. This is about a long distance friendship dilemma. Okay. Hi, Deela. I've been friends with someone for over a decade. I want to remain anonymous. Girl, say less. Okay. I've been friends with someone for over a decade, but recently we've grown apart. They moved abroad for a job, and while I'm happy for them, I feel like the distance has started creating cracks in our friendship. I've been more invested in staying in touch, but they seem to have drifted off and barely respond to my messages anymore. It's really hurting me, but I don't know if it's just part of life or if I'm being too sensitive. Should I keep trying, or is it time to let the friendship go? Okay, I wish, maybe I should ask writers to also put their age, because granted, I'm not saying age always plays a factor, but sometimes it does, because your expectations for your friendships, they change, I feel, as you grow. And let me know, y'all, let me know in the comments if you guys agree. I feel like when I was younger, and this is tying into this, you have like these grand expectations of what a friendship should be. And if someone doesn't meet that, it's like they're not a good friend. And then as you get older and life starts shifting, I feel like your expectations change and you show more grace. So let's get into this email. Long distance is hard, number one. Long distance is hard for friendships, relationships, family. long distance is hard. It can put a dent in it, and it also can make a friendship, relationship, or a bond grow stronger. It really depends. Um, I'm going to say something that's going to sound so blah, and it really is. I feel like if you are feeling that maybe there's a strain and this is your friend for over a decade, ask ask them. Ask him or her, you know, and just ask him like, hey, I'm noticing that, we aren't talking as much, or I'm reaching out and not getting a response from you. First of all, are you okay? Because number one, sometimes, and I know it's hard to believe because, we can kind of just, I don't know why we do this. When I say we, because sometimes I have, or people in my life have towards me. So I'm going to say we to include myself. But we really just think that we're the only people life is happening to. And word to Jeremy, because he says that a lot. He says that a lot. Like, life is also happening to other people. So just because we're friends for a decade doesn't mean like they want to come and tell you everything. And it doesn't mean that they don't trust you. It doesn't mean that they don't want to tell you. It really could be that they're exhausted and don't want to. Maybe talking for them right now isn't effective, or they're just going through this storm by themselves. Because sometimes some of your storms, they have seasons where they call for a support system, and sometimes you have storms where it's really just for you. That storm is a one-seater. There's no space for nobody else, and it's that storm you're riding with is you and God. Sometimes it's like that. And I think before you go and say, why haven't you called me? Or not saying that's like your approach, but I think if you ask if there's something going on, or ask if they need some space, and be direct about it, you'll get an answer usually. Because some people, no matter how direct you are with them, they may still be indirect. But if their answer is, yeah, I'm kind of going through something, and I just really been keeping to myself, girl. It's nothing personal. That gives you the answer you're looking for. And then that gives you an opportunity to offer you that space for them to talk if they want to. And if they don't, being mature and respectful that this is something they want to ride through alone, and just letting them know like, okay, when you're ready to be available, just know I'm still standing right here for you. I think that is what you should do. Now, if her answer is no, girl, I'm good. If it was me, I'd be like, girl, okay, what's been up with you? Like, I've been reaching out. We good? Or like, you just want some, like, what's going on? I feel like 10 years, y'all should be like this. Y'all should be like, hello. So, it could be that. And then honestly, I'm going to say this. The reason why I asked about age is that sometimes, depend on your age and just how you, your friendship style, I think that plays a factor. Because a lot of times we talk about, what is it? Your love language, but we don't really always hit on your friendship language. Some of us are the high maintenance friend. We got to talk to you every day, text you every day. We got to tell you everything that's going on, everything that's going wrong. We just got to talk to you, and we want to go out. We want to, so if something's missing there, then there's an issue with the friendship. And then you may have a low maintenance friend like me, like your girl, where we don't have to talk every day. As a matter of fact, it's not my preference to talk every day. Check-ins are great. If I hit you up or I call and you don't call me back, I'm not going to think that we aren't friends. I think, hey, you're busy. You got your life. Maybe you had some me time. I know you'll get back to me when you get back to me. You're my friend. So it depends. Like, what is your friend's love language? And what is your friend's friendship language? And also understanding that language can change over the years. Because I used to be more of a high maintenance friend, to the point where I wanted to talk to my best friend like all day. Like, I wanted to do that. Now, baby, I don't have the bandwidth to do that with nobody. So I think that that's my advice. Like, hit your friend up, but more so initially, like, to check in on them. And if they don't answer, because it seems like you've been reaching out, if they don't answer, leave that on the voice message, or leave a text saying it, and then accept it is what it is. Like, don't bombard your friend. Sometimes friendships come and go. They can be seasonal as well, and they are seasonal. Some friendships are a lifetime. Some friendships have a season. And if your friendship is coming to a close, I think if you do those, you'll get the answer. And it's just a matter of fact of accepting the answer and like, okay, and appreciating the friendship for what it was. And not being, before I go, don't be messy. Social media does not have to know that you called that girl or you text that girl and she didn't answer. Social media does not have to go. If y'all had a friendship for 10 years and that was a long time and it was a beautiful friendship, let it rest in peace as that, if that's the route that it goes. Okay? So that's my advice. What do y'all think? Y'all tell me in the comments, cousins. Like, do y'all think that, the friend's trying to give her a sign? Like, hey, I don't mess with you no more. Do y'all think that a friend here knows that something went sour in their friendship and that friend probably cut her off, but she's just playing, like, what should I do? You never know. Like, I love y'all and I'm going to read these, but I'm going to read these from a perspective of what you put here. And I'm going to think like, and kind of see. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think? And y'all tell me right now, are you a high maintenance friend or a low maintenance friend? Because I feel like once you know what you are, then you can recognize the friends in your friend group or your friend system. We have one more email and the subject says, the ex who keeps coming back. Sometimes I love a good spin the block story and sometimes I don't. It all depends who the characters are in the storyline. All right. Hi, D. I've been in this on again and off again relationship with my ex for the past 4 years. 4 years? On again, off again for 4 years? And time out. When we do these email submissions, yeah, we could judge. I mean, it's fake judging, but we could do it. So, like I said, 4 years. We broke up after a huge fight last month, and now all of a sudden they're texting me every few days, telling me how much they miss me. Part of me is angry and swears I'm done for good. Okay, sis. But the other part of me wants to go back to the good times. Should I let myself fall back into it just to see if this time they'll be different? Or should I block them and move on? No questions asked. All right, so I'm going to just respond to you. And don't blame me on this because, yes, I am a lightweight when it comes to sippy sip, but I'm very much in my right mind. Okay, the ex who keeps coming back. You should have titled the subject, The Ex Who Keeps Coming Back and Me Who Keeps Letting Them. Because I'm pretty sure y'all like, if one person says they're done, the other person goes running back behind them and vice versa. If y'all are on again and off again and y'all been doing this for 4 years, it sounds like y'all just trying to do it for a fifth. I don't see where like this is a real shocker. And when they're telling you how much they miss you, like, what you saying, girl? So are you saying I miss you too? Because if you miss them too, and this is what y'all do, this is what y'all do, what are you waiting for? Go back. Go back. It seems like this is what y'all like doing. You're angry and you swear I'm done for good. It sounds like you get angry every year. I don't think you're done for good. If y'all are on again, off again, it sounds like maybe y'all are just emotionally bored. Sometimes we call it love or we call it a bond, and really it's just you guys fall into place. It's an easy, accessible situation. It's comfortable. Y'all know each other, and I'm sure when you're physical, not saying y'all don't have love there, but 4 years on again, off again is a long time to be playing yo-yo. I feel like you know if you want him right now or her. You know if you want that person, and they know if they want you. Again, off again for 4 years. And this is like your main person, like this is y'all dating as in exclusive. I don't know. It seems like y'all be breaking up to just go like hook up with somebody else. I don't think you should sit on no false hope that it'll be different. I feel like if you're going back, I mean, just go back with no expectations or very low expectations. Or should I just block them and move on? Baby, you ain't blocking them. You don't seem strong enough right now for no block. Not no real one. I don't mean like the block where you block them and then you unblock it to see if maybe they hit you up or no. I mean blocking where you block and you're not even thinking or wanting to know if they're reaching out. That's that big girl block. This sounds like you still like, you're in that little girl block. So why be that dramatic? Really, why be that dramatic? No questions asked. Nah, you seem like you a closure type of chick. You don't seem like you're gonna break up with no questions asked. You're gonna want to have some closure. Like, come over. I just want to talk about it and then we can go our separate ways. And then the legs be going in separate ways, and all of a sudden y'all back together. So honestly, y'all did this 4 years. Happy New Year. It sounds like y'all gonna do it for the 5th. I wish you well. Oh my gosh, I love y'all down. If you would like to have your email read and I give you my advice, you can send your submissions to definitelydealapodcast@gmail.com and I will read them. Don't forget, if you like this content, you like this segment, like and subscribe. But y'all have a good night. Thank y'all. I hope I ain't mess up nobody's relationship. Listen, I want to give a shout out to filming, audio. I got to give a shout out to production. You guys really get this channel going, and I want to thank you, okay? I want to thank you. You're welcome.